7 o'clock. So we will start the meeting, which is going to be relatively short. Relatively short. It's going to be very short. But thank you all for joining. So we'll start it as we usually do with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have meeting minutes. They came in late this afternoon. Everybody had a chance to look at them?
Yep.
Okay. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes of January 26, 2021. Al makes the motion.
I'll move. Joe
Joe
seconds.
seconds. Joe Rogan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good. See, no correspondence? Lisa?
Nope.
Okay. And board committees updates. Dave Condon is here. Anything going on with the town board?
Good evening, Ernie and the rest of the board. I just wanted to let everybody know that, we met last night, and one of the, I guess one of the discouraging little pieces of information was Governor Cuomo is taking back about $250 million in aid, which was coming out to the counties. And that's going to be shared. I think 200 million is coming out of New York City, and the other 50 million is coming from upstate, and it's by county, by population, and all that. And our hit will be probably about $65,000 in lost revenue, this year and the first quarter of next year. And while Barb Cole tells us we're in a pretty good shape and to weather that storm, it's just a little disheartening that the counties that need some help, and we made some drastic cuts to some of our programs, particularly rec and whatnot, trying to implement those and get those back up and running, is going to be a continually daunting task as we continue to navigate through these uncertain times. On a positive note with rec, some of you might be interested in this. We're going to be having a public hearing. Brian Ellison came and presented on modifying our codes a little bit on our park trails use. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with these e-bikes, which are kind of pedal assisted for more of our elderly population. As folks age up, we're going to, I think, open those up to a class 1, which will allow those older population that have that pedal assisted battery to help them. It was good to see that, we're trying to be proactive and answer the needs of the community. So other than that, Ernie, not a lot going on. We're still finishing up our pause. We're not trying to make any drastic moves through the first quarter, but we're also trying to anticipate having some semblance of a rec program come this summer, and have a focus on that. It'll certainly look a lot different than it has in the past, but that's what we're looking at as we move forward. So.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dave. I had a Zoom meeting with my brother and sister-in-law on Friday, and I discovered you can reverse yourself on here. Instead of having a mirror image, you could just have a regular one like everybody else would have. Anyway, learn something new every day. Okay. All right, the legal notice for public hearings appeared in the Daily Messenger, along with under review signs being posted on the subject parcels. Postcards were mailed to property owners within a minimum of 500 feet from location for the initial public hearing date of each application. For applications carried over, please refer to the Planning and Building Office. We only have one public hearing, and speakers are requested to limit comments to 3 minutes. They'll be asked to conclude at 5 minutes if they haven't stopped. Hardly ever happens, by the way. So Lisa, what do we have next time?
Your next meeting, February 23rd, you have public hearing at minor subdivision at 1086 Strong Road. Is back, the public hearing is still open. Applicant is requesting to subdivide the parcel into 3 lots, with 1 lot comprised of land on the west side of Strong Road and the land on the east side of Strong. Ultimate Grace has been withdrawn. They're not coming back. Tufstuka Addition at 1135 Willis Hill Road will be back on the agenda. It's requesting approval to construct a garage and residential addition to an existing single-family residence. Engelbrecht subdivision preliminary and final at 7980 Main Street, Fishers. Applicant is requesting to subdivide lot 2 of the Smith subdivision into 2 lots. This will be their second step in the third 3-step process. And then the Fairways Phase 3 on Championship Drive. Applicant is requesting approval for Phase 3 of the Fairways project consisting of 72 units with Championship Drive extending to Gillis Road. And that is all for your next meeting.
Which one did you say again? Withdrew it?
What was it?
Which one withdrew the application?
Ultimate Grace is the 2 hospice resident facility on Strong Road, the Roundhouse. They
Really? Did they say
withdrawn.
why?
No, they just said they're not pursuing it any further.
Okay. We didn't turn them off, did we?
No, I think it was more on the other end. They couldn't agree.
Okay.
So,
All right, our first public hearing is Hanson Solar Array, 3 Fishers Hilltop Drive, Zone Limited Development District, which is why it's come before us. 01 SP 2021. Owner is David Heineman. Applicants requesting to approve to install a 10 kilowatt ground mounted solar array. And oops, he's gone. There he is. Okay, Mr. Heineman, you want to tell us a little about this?
Sure. Well, let's see. It's basically one bank of panels, 28 panels on a steel structure, an engineered steel structure that would be anchored in concrete footings. The location is behind a tree line, so it's mostly screened. It's screened from the neighbors to the north completely. And the only neighbor who would be able to see it directly would be the carriers just to the west of me. And I've spoken with them, and they're fine with it. And I've also agreed that if necessary, I can plant additional screening on their side.
You plan to do that?
That's about it.
Okay. All right. We have any calls yet? Who's on this? Is it
Susie.
Marty or Susie? Okay,
Susie, and
Any
no
comments?
comments yet.
thank you. So we'll go to the board. Joe Limbeck, want to take the lead?
My big concern was screening from the other properties, and if Mr. Heinemann's contacted the carriers and others, and they have no objections, I have no objections either.
Okay, thank you. Al?
Yeah, just one question. Well, what's the approximate height of the solar panel array?
The highest point, I believe, is about 10 feet,
Okay,
10 or 12 feet. And as I say, there's a pretty dense tree line just to the north that screens it pretty well.
okay. Yep, no other questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe Logan?
Thanks, Ernie. I was looking at the survey map, and it shows an offset to the solar panels from the house. It looks like a 285.7 feet. I was looking at Google Earth, and it's really only about 200 feet. And I just want to make sure you weren't planning on removing trees at the screen line, that you're going to put it basically at the tree line.
Exactly. Yes. No, I'm not going to remove any trees. Yeah,
Okay.
it may not be exactly to scale. I'm sure of that.
Okay, I didn't know how hard and set because it's a survey map, so I didn't know. Maybe it's just that the survey map doesn't reflect trees that are in that area. So I assume that you're putting those panels to the south of the trees, obviously, to get the best sunlight.
Correct.
And that'll make it even further from the property line, so that's fine too. So,
Yeah.
okay, that's all I had, Ernie.
Hey, Scott?
I don't have any questions. My only comment would be it looks well screened to me from what I see in the aerials. That's all I have.
Wes, any comment?
It looks to be a fairly straightforward application. This project wasn't referred to Labella for review, but I have looked it over and looked at the draft resolution, and I don't have any questions or concerns.
Thank you. Susie, anybody in yet?
No, no comments.
Okay, thank you. Well, we have a resolution here for the Heinemann Solar Array. 3
Ernie?
Business Hilltop Drive.
Can I just make a motion to close the public hearing?
Second,
Yeah, could you do that?
I'll do that. Sounds like Joe seconded it.
Second.
Okay, good. Joe Limbeck seconds. Public hearing is closed. Okay, today's date, February 9th, 2021, application number 01SP 2021. Whereas the planning board made the following findings of fact, and there are 6 of them. Whereas the Town of Victor Planning Board reviewed the unlisted action on February 9, 2021, and identified no significant impacts. Now therefore be it resolved that the project Heinemann Solar Array will not have a significant impact on the environment and that a negative declaration be prepared. Now therefore be it resolved that the application of David Heinemann site plan entitled Heinemann Solar Array received by the Planning Board January 19, 2021. Planning Board application number 01SP 2021 be approved with the following conditions. Conditions to be addressed prior to the chairman's signature on the site plan. 1, that no final signatures will be given on the plans until all legal and engineering fees have been paid as per fee reimbursement local law adopted November 25, 1996. Ongoing conditions, number 1, that the site plan comply with the Town of Victor design and construction standards for land development, including section 4. 2, that a building permit be obtained for solar array prior to installation. And be it further resolved that the planning board secretary distribute the planning board's approval letter. With a motion,
So move.
so Logan moves. Second,
Second.
Scott beats to it. Scott Harder seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That concludes our business. So I'm going to entertain a motion to adjourn.
second.
Joe Lindbeck makes the motion.
I heard him second it. Okay,
I
so
thought Ernie moved.